Calling to the meeting to order for the City of LaPorte Historic Preservation Commission meeting for September 16th, 2025 at 5:31 p.m. Roll call. Krista Hurley King.
Here.
Bruce Johnson.
Present.
Fonda Owens.
Here.
Peter Steele.
Here.
And of course, the wonderful Deb Parcell from Indiana Landmarks, and Sally Larocco, and David Heinold, the city planner. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to see your shining faces, and we are screaming up to Sunflower Fair this weekend. First up on our order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes from August 19th, our last meeting. So they're attached in your packets. Feel free to take a peep.
Make the motion to approve, unless you have something.
It's Mike Belzowski, B-E-L.
Not Mike Lazowski.
There are a lot of skis out there. This is Belzowski.
That is a great catch.
Yeah, I liked it the way it was though, but parents
I'm
of
sure-
a certain age group.
I'm sure
understand.
Mike is really
Monsters,
happy
Inc.
that we're gonna,
Mike Lazowski's the name of the little monster.
Oh, really? Oh.
all right. Are there any further notes or addendums, changes? Okay, Fonda, you want to go again?
I will. I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for the August 19th, 2025 meeting as amended.
Do we have a second?
I'll second, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from August 19th with the amendment of the correct spelling of the name, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. I don't think we have any correspondence reports this month. But we are sponsorship, approving this is later on, right? Okay. So we don't have any correspondence for this month. So we're on to committee reports.
So the Sunflower is this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our location, according to David, is over here on Jefferson Avenue. And we understand that a tent, a table, and a tablecloth are being provided from David. He'll get that out for us first thing in the morning. We do need some volunteers to help work it. I plan to be there to set it up and be there till 3 o'clock. I have a prior function that I have to be at 5 o'clock. So I have to go home, take a shower, get dressed up. So I need somebody to be there from 3 to 4 and then close it down for me. Then, of course, I would love a buddy to sit with me. So if people want to come between 8 and 3, I'll be there. But I don't know if we want to do a sign-up sheet or if you just want to come as you can or what.
I will be there from midday and so I'll be there over the lunchtime hours. Oh, I should probably turn my mic on. I'll be there over the lunchtime hours from like 11 to 1.
Okay.
And then I'll come back at 3 to make sure everything gets packed up and put away.
Okay. So that's Sally, so that's good. You know, just so if I need to pee or something, if you guys
Go
want
get
to
a-
come help.
Street corn.
I'm sure my husband will be down there bothering me as well, so don't feel too bad for me. But yes, I'd love it. So totally now, right now for the setup, we're going to get those posters that we had made up for the May presentation of all the old photographs of Indiana Avenue, and I'm going to hang them up as a backdrop in the booth, just to kind of give us a good backdrop. And then I'm going to print out some applications that if people want to take them with them to be registered spaces, we'll have those. I had these little stickers made up just to see how they would turn out. They might not be good for on a car, but they work on a water bottle or a notebook or something. So I have a bunch of these I can pass out to. People can take them as they want. But beyond that, I didn't know, I see the coloring book thing in here. Is that something that's going to be at the booth that people will have?
Do we have leftover coloring
We
books
do.
from, okay, so we do usually offer the coloring books for sale, and we might sell 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
But, you know,
So do we need to have a money box? Do I need to have change?
I know that we've had a money box in the past. I just don't remember what, we've never, you know, like sold a ton of them, so it's never
Okay.
really been a huge,
Okay. I
like,
don't want to be responsible
guard the
for
money, you know?
Okay, so I'm gonna I don't want to be responsible for money. So do we want to have them available for sale or not? You sound like you're kind of not
But
sure.
This is your rodeo, baby.
Okay, so I don't need them. Did we?
Okay, all right, we're gonna skip coloring books this
Okay.
year.
So then I'm just gonna bring the stuff for hanging everything up. I'll bring a couple chairs, and
Yeah, I've got some mums on my porch that I haven't potted yet, so I'll
Okay.
bring those to
okay.
Toss 'em
So
in
we're just
there.
pretty much informational, there to
Uh-huh.
answer questions.
be
We're not-
friendly.
We're not selling anything, we're not trying to educate, like in an active, like she talked about bringing a window that we could work on redoing and stuff in the booth. We're not gonna have a presentation or anything, so.
Groovy.
I can be there, probably like 9 to 11. when
Okay,
Sally gets
perfect.
there. I just got to get things situated
Book sale.
at the book sale first, and
Okay.
then I'll be over.
Okay, bounce back and forth.
Yep, I
And
can do that.
I'm doing the Center for Creative Solutions asked me to do a historic walking tour downtown, and that's the same day. And they didn't realize it, and I didn't realize it either. And so I've been doing that from 11 to 1 probably, and maybe I can stop by when I'm done.
Okay,
Maybe you could end your tour at our booth.
Oh, okay. Then let's walk this way.
If
Okay.
you're interested in learning more,
tentative.
here you are.
Stop by and get the coloring book.
Because you're stopping at the historic city hall,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Do we have any more of the HPC trifold brochures?
We do.
Anybody know where they
Somewhere.
are?
I think they're in my pile.
We have
Okay.
brochures and little kids' activities too
Mhm.
left over. If
Yeah,
you want to use those.
the.
Sun catchers.
Sun catchers.
Oh,
Yes.
Bring whatever you got.
Okay,
box.
I will, just send me a text to remind me.
Okay.
Okay. Or an email, yep. All right, we're good to go with the sunflower booth, I think?
Yep.
Okay. Old business. It's the topic we love to talk about, educational workshop planning. Where are we at?
So Peter gave me contact information for a masonry workshop. Talked to the mason. I think he is super well suited to do this. He's very interested in doing it. He understands everything that we'd like to have. However, because he's really good, he's really busy. So he said he was pretty certain he could not work it in until early next year. So I think he's worth waiting for, no question. So he's going to call me back when he knows a little more definite. But I don't know, did you talk to the
I
woodworking
sent a
guy?
message to Mike Belzowski,
Yes, that one.
and It was right after we had the workshop. And explained the whole thing. I've not heard any response, I've not gotten a response from him, but he just finished restoring our doors at the front of the museums and just installed them last week, so maybe he'll have more time to respond to it. If not, I'll send another message, so.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, if we can go ahead and try to get a date out of the Mason for early next year, we can, put that on next year, but we do still maybe need to have another workshop of some kind this year, because we're supposed to do 2 a year. I have probably 30 old wood windows in my garage that I would definitely be willing to offer up for a hands-on workshop if we have a space that we could do that in.
If we can work that in somewhere, I don't know, we're doing one, no, we're not, forget that, we're not doing windows. But probably your best person, and I could reach out to her, Alicia, used to be Fiesel, Garza, something, I don't know what her new name is. She was working for us for a while, she's not now. I know she still wants to be involved with windows, though. She lives here in LaPorte, so possibly I could reach out to her and ask and see what she might have available for a Saturday, like we were talking about for
Yeah.
other stuff.
I mean, I just want to make sure that we're meeting our, CLG
Okay.
asks.
I will ask her and see. And
And November would probably be, I mean, if we can get it done by October, great. I'm just pretty booked for October.
I understand that. I have a daughter getting married in November, so I understand. Busy is like, oh. But I'll see what she's got,
Okay,
and
and we're gonna try.
we'll figure out a spot. I had a couple ideas that Mark Kurth gave me when we talked about this earlier that are not in my mind right at the moment, but he had a couple good ideas of places that we could do a workshop here in
okay.
town. So I'll get on that real quickly and see what I can find out.
Okay. All right, anything else? Any other input on workshop or educational workshop planning? Nope. Okay, moving on. Way to go, guys. At-risk properties discussion, new business. I am not ready to continue forward with, I need another month to get my act together, but I would like for us to approve the list and work up like a short history of the properties that we're considering, and then draft a letter to the owners of the properties to let them know that they made the list. And that we would love to work with them to help them, we would love to partner with them to help them save the properties in question. But I just am not ready to have a list. Okay, wow, we're a talkative bunch today.
Yeah, question on that. Because, for me, it's hard to, there's almost too much to think about with that. So is there a focus, should we have a focus on commercial properties that we feel are historic? Because there's a lot of different ways you can work to help the person who owns the building restore it. Like there may be grants available, whereas with private residents, it's a little more difficult to put that property on a list. What is the goal for the at-risk properties that we're talking about? Because it's such a big thing. It can be a big thing, there's a lot there. So I just wonder if we could sort of hone in on a priority of a type of property.
Well, the properties that we kind of discussed,
We're a
la-
little mix, we're a
It
mix.
was a mixed
It was a
bag.
mix.
And I mean, my perception is that a good portion of the, like, kind of residential at-risk properties are not owner occupied. They're like absentee landlord owned.
I guess I put that in commercial category
Yeah.
though. I don't look at that as a private residence. I'm just talking about, I am really asking if we're considering owner-occupied residence, which is a difficult endeavor when you put that on an at-risk list. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I don't wanna,
Rental property, in my mind, is commercial.
Commercial.
You're making money from that property.
take care of it.
And you have an obligation to take care of it, so it's a different sort of circumstance than, and again, like I'm just trying to wrap my head around it a little bit.
I certainly don't want to, I mean, like, I understand that in life there are layers of things that happen and situations that, I don't want to make someone that's in a hard situation, I don't want to make it harder, for sure. I don't know that we had any properties on the list if we're making like properties that are not owner occupied, if we're counting those as commercial. I don't know that we had anything on the list that was,
I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of circumstances, but, and depending on location, there may or may not be grant opportunities
Yeah.
available for restoring that property too. So, that's all I'm trying to think about.
okay. Comments?
I agree. I think
Yeah,
owner occupied would be the last, at the bottom of the list.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you don't really want to draw attention to it. Maybe we can find out ways to help those people, but it wouldn't make sense to put them on a list and
Yeah.
like call them out.
Well, and, I mean, often, the examples that we have of the South Bend put out an at-risk list. Do you happen to know if there were any, like owner-occupied residential properties on that list?
I'm not even aware of the list, so I'm sorry.
I mean, like Indiana Landmarks, which is way bigger, but their whole list is all
Yeah, it's
like bigger properties. so it's
commercial
not,
things generally. And it's a tricky discussion even with a commercial property because you're not really trying to shame them. We're trying to do a lot of things first, and this is kind of a last resort if we feel the building's going to be lost, either to demolition by neglect or development or something. Sometimes it's a way to put pressure on someone to make what we feel is the right decision.
Or to let go of it to somebody that will. I mean, like, the building that I have in mind, people drive by it all the time. They think it's a cool building, they want to see it, they want to see something happen with it, that, and if a little bit of delicate pressure is what makes that happen, because that's part of our responsibility, I feel like, is to, be the entity that's willing to say, like, yo, put some gutters on that. All right. So we're going to table that until next month. Deb, you're next on the list for an education
As you
session.
can see,
Are
I
you-
came with
You were
nothing.
so prepared, just like me, huh?
I left home at 7:15 this morning for Kendallville and came here from Kendallville. They are not on the way to each other. I thought I'd be home, but we have a project house, and so I've been overseeing a crew, and I did not get home. There's stuff in my office, but I'm afraid that will have to be tabled. There was some wonderful stuff in the summer short course in APC. David was on that. I don't know if anybody else signed into that. Amazing, amazing sessions that are so pertinent to things that we're doing here and in many towns around the area. So I'm drawing on that for some presentations that I think would be really helpful. Different ways of reaching out into the community, just reminding us of good procedures. They actually did have a session on defensible decisions. That was
I
part
just
of
watched that one.
a broader part, updating guidelines. And, we did get new guidelines like in 21 or 2, but we need to be reviewing those regularly. We've got substitute materials in there. Well, new materials come out all the time.
How do we bring that, like, how do we add that to the meeting, like that we want to review our guidelines?
I think that's something we maybe need to set aside some extra time for, maybe meet a little earlier, plan to go a little later, or, kind of a workshop type setting where people have had the time to go through the guidelines. Everybody looks at them and says, let's look at this area, and then it's pretty easy to update.
If we're going to do something like that, do we have a responsibility to advertise that in any additional capacity?
It's not a legislative change, so you wouldn't have to do anything. If you're making changes to your bylaws, then yeah, ordinance.
I mean, because then ultimately if we do make a change, then we're really recommending to the city council that they adopt the change?
Not for guidelines.
Not for guidelines?
No.
No, we
You do
decide that. Okay, I understand.
I think it should probably be like a public meeting, but not a public hearing, right?
Yep,
So,
because it's not
Public-
it's not an ordinance, it's
No.
just a design guidelines. It's not the way
right.
it's set up.
So I think it would be good to review that. And, yeah, there were just a number of things. And different mechanisms, they talked about some different mechanisms to help encourage people to do things, so, with their properties. So I think those are some things we'll revisit when I actually come from my office instead of from Kendallville, so. But we
All
got to
right.
tear siding off a house, so that was a good day.
I want to hear more about that, but we got to talk about that off the clock.
Yes.
All right, so moving on, coloring book.
Okay, I delivered 15 to St. John's School, 61 to Kingsbury, 29 to Kingsford Heights, 58 to Indian Trail, 85 to Heilman, 83 to Critchfield, 43 to Riley, and 79 to Handley, for a total of 453. But a couple of those schools asked me if I could leave an extra 1 or 2, which I did, so I don't know exactly, but, so we have about 50 left, and I didn't count them because I just realized often Hawkins puts in extras for free, sort of. But we still need money from Mayor Dermody, and usually Annette Leffler takes care of that from a certain fund, and then Bethany Lutheran Church, I don't know what happened, and then Rita Beatty.
I know that when the email came, she was in London, but I did text her last month and she was in, so we probably just need to generate a bill again.
No excuses.
And then I wrote my check tonight, Win Home Inspection. We
Oh.
wrote our check tonight.
Okay. So she is planning,
Yes, I mean, she texted me right back and said that she was on board.
all
We
right.
probably I'll give her another nudge.
So we have $900 right now.
Yeah, we have a,
$1,000.
Okay.
so what's left over is a $148 spot. And the proposal is that the Historic Preservation Commission take that out of our, what's the name of it?
Unrestricted fund.
The restricted fund.
Unrestricted.
Unrestricted fund, so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm thinking, so I make a motion that the Historic Preservation Commission sponsor their own coloring book from our unrestricted fund in the amount of $148. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any need for discussion regarding this? One good thing that we do.
So that will pay,
That'll pay the balance.
okay.
All right, all in favor of the HPC sponsoring our own coloring book for $148, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Cool, motion carries. The coloring book continues.
Thank you very much.
We need to approve the payment of the bill,
Okay,
total to Hawkins.
and the total is 1,200, right?
No, the total is 1,448.
Okay. So I also make a motion that the Historic Preservation Commission go ahead and pay the bill to Hawkins Print Shop for the total amount of $1,448. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Oh, it was a
Fonda beat me.
race. Fonda got it. All in favor of paying the bill to Hawkins for the coloring book, say aye.
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries. Pay the bill. All right, train station candlelight tour. I'm so excited. Peter is going to let us use his Christmas Village LaPorte scenery, so I'm gonna incorporate that into our designs. I do need to get with Annette to have a time to get in there to take measurements and stuff. I think I actually already have everything we need to decorate in there, and I'm happy to do it by myself, but would love to have some assistance when it gets a little closer.
That is the first weekend in December.
December. Mhm.
I think it's the 7th and 8th.
That's usually like right on St. Nicholas Day, right in there.
Do you know when you plan to start? And when it would,
I mean, I'll probably decorate the week beforehand. It kind of depends on what Annette, like if they're gonna just give me the keys to be able to come and go as I can, or if I'm gonna have to be let in every time. I sure hope they give me the keys.
I have this vision of you over there at midnight decorating.
Well, that's honestly when I do my best work, is when,
I have a question. So it hasn't been used in a while, right? So does it
right, but
gonna need a
that,
cleaning?
so one of the things that was gonna happen is that it was going to be cleaned.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to just, if I have to clean it, I'll clean it.
Okay,
Like,
I didn't know, 'cause
or I'll
if you
hire
need help-
somebody to come clean it. I don't care.
I'm just trying to think about my own commitments,
Right.
of when to have my own commitments for everybody to be able to.
You do have a
So I don't know how much time I'll have.
anticipated commitment.
Okay, so, just,
Okay. All right. Any other?
Volunteer, but I will be at Carmel Chapel probably that weekend, so, as host.
Well, we're both hosting. We're both the hostesses with the mostesses.
I'm
All
the
right.
host with the most.
The host with the most. Yeah, it is a throwdown. Okay, we have no visitors this evening. Announcements. Is everyone all ready for the Preserving Historic Places Conference? Yes? Great. Awesome. I'm so excited. You guys are going to have a great time. Everybody but me and Fonda. Mm-mm. She also has another commitment. I'm not, I just can't, I can't. We leave for Scotland like 4 days after. Yeah, it's just, I went last year. As you know, we had an amazing time. I really wanted to go this year. I think Fort Wayne has a lot of very, like, similar things to LaPorte. And they've got so many interesting, like, mid-century buildings that I think it's gonna be a good one. Yeah. All right, any other announcements? All right, just need someone to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
The first and second, all in favor of adjourning the September 16th meeting of the City of LaPorte Historic Preservation Commission at 6:01 PM, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.